So much CC going down. Shark Guy is nearly dead. Lopachinski putting in work, but that's a huge volley bear ultimate there. And Wesley and Shield, they clean up the fight. As plays, he's trying to make the solo play, looking for that upper 90. Gravity to make a pulsar, puts it low and gets the goal. And so that will be the Condors.
Angle going, working up the flash. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, all down at once right at the start of the round.
That was
Condors.
probably the quickest round.
Conestoga College is setting the stage for a new era in gaming. In 2025, we're opening a state-of-the-art esports venue, a premier facility for high-performing gamers in Canada.
In this 10,000 square foot facility, we're putting you in the center of the action. The facility will have 50 top-tier PC stations, 5 console stations, immersive VR stations, a team operations room, a full production suite, and a premier competition stage.
Esports is a rapidly evolving industry with global viewership of 532 million in 2022. This initiative goes beyond esports. It's also a platform for forging bonds, making memories, and creating connections.
Since 2020, Condors Esports continues to evolve, providing industry-leading facilities and experiences to the esports community.
Conestoga's esports venue expresses a sustainable and intentional future to compete, play, and work, all powered by gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see that logo? It means it's time for some good video gaming. We're at Conestoga College watching the Condors Esports. Today is all about Counter-Strike. Welcome to the studio. I'm Leaf, and Cove is hanging out with me, guiding me. You'll be my shining light through the dark.
Yes, as we face off against Kennesaw State here in some CS2 action. We got Stretch at home because his car broke down. Just one of the things that we're dealing with here.
Right into the deets.
All
right, okay.
Right into it.
He's like, I don't have time to talk to you. I want to give the viewers information. Okay, let's do that.
I'm very excited about this matchup because this is the matchup that we've been looking forward to. The 2 0-3 teams in NACE.
Right now, 0-3 coming into this. The team's not going to be too happy about it. Of course, there's other leagues they're playing in where they've come off a dub earlier this week on Wednesday, so they might be able to carry the momentum in. But as you mentioned, we are missing a player in studio today, so sometimes that can affect, especially a shot caller, that can affect how the team operates. I imagine it won't be too drastic, but there could still be a little bit of friction there.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of communications. There's a lot of morale that goes into just being in person. And Stretch has been one of the more effective players of the last 2 weeks. The IGL doing a lot of lurking as well. Very effective. As we look at the roster here, we got Guup, Morty, Pem, PSX, and Stretch, the team that we've come to know throughout the season now.
Yeah, and again, all of these players we've seen that do some fun stuff out there in the game. But Stretch, again, as you said, is one of those players that tends to be, that top fragger. You watch him do some crazy stuff out there. But I also got to keep an eye out, again, for Pem. We've seen Pem absolutely pop off as support and then end up just being, I think it was last game, she ended up just being the entry fragger at one point.
Yeah, that was last game on Terra's side there for underpass or overpass, however you want to call it. She did start on support there, but
let's call it in between pass.
Yeah. Oh, how about the pass?
It could be the pass.
But then we found that midway through the pass, she went crazy, started entry fragging, and I think ended up being the top frag on the Condors team.
Yeah,
so that's incredible.
The hope for us today was that we would get underpass or overpass or the pass. And we're going to find out now. We already know. We're kidding. We already know what's going on today. The veto went very much in our favor with overpass starting us off. And then Vertigo taking another map that we're familiar with.
Yeah, but if we go to that third match, the decider, Nuke, would be coming out for the first time this season, I'm pretty certain, for the Conestoga Condors.
That is absolutely true. Based off the matches I've watched, calculated in my head, yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That would be our first time to see that map. Now, again, I know you're hoping for it, but for the sake of the squad, my fingers are crossed that this is a 2-0.
Yes, me too. Well, when you look at Kennesaw coming off their last week facing off against, I'm pretty sure it was Kansas, not Kansas State, which was the other week, they had 2 matches that went 13-7. So Conestoga's had some close matches with some good opponents. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. And, yeah, the big story being both teams 0-3.
Yeah, I think this first map is going to be a real good indicator of how Vertigo's going to go. Because, again, Vertigo being a stronger map for Conestoga is a good thing if we come off even with a loss, but looking strong on overpass. It is a map that they were less familiar with before. We were talking to Coach Anton, and he said they have been working on it a little bit more. Now that they realize maybe we got a little bit of something on this map, let's put a little more effort into making sure that we're really familiar with it. And they've been looking decent on the map.
Well, yeah, the goal being going from okay to good, and then hopefully as the season progresses, great.
Exactly. And this is a good chance to do that. Again, you have a team where you might feel you have a little more freedom to experiment a little bit more. I'm sure at the beginning you might see some pretty standard plays until you feel, okay, can our opponents shoot? How are they strategizing on the map? What kind of advantages do we have? And then maybe you're going to see some fun things come out if they do start to get a round advantage.
Yeah, some other things to consider is, as a student myself, I know that these past 2 weeks have been the busiest for school.
Good point.
Quote Coach Carter, they're student athletes. Student comes first. So that's what they've been focusing on, and so we'll see if that comes into effect here. The players, though, on screen right now.
Well, they're already chugging Red Bulls.
They're looking to get focused and locked in here, so very excited to see this matchup.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, hopefully th're locked in. It could be, as you said, a situation where the players have been focusing on academics rather than play recently, which is important. But we could end up seeing a map today where they might have been able to do better, but we won't know until we get into it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but the number one thing is that match on Vertigo. Vertigo is going to be big. It's the map that Conestoga likes. They want to play, so it's going to be crucial that they pick up that map.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I think the real big indicator for us is going to be how Overpass goes in those first probably 6 to 10 rounds. It's like, okay, are we getting a substantial lead? Also, depending on what side. I didn't see if it said which side we're starting.
No, it would be I don't remember who got the first pick, but if Conestoga got the first pick on Overpass, I would assume we're going to see some T-side Conestoga to start off.
Okay, which, again, we saw them do wonderful on before, because some of those unorthodox, aggressive strategies, they rush those sites pretty strong, and it catches their opponents off guard. But we have heard, obviously, that the map is a bit more CT-sided, so when they get to that, if they can get a good early lead on T-side, that's a good look.
Yeah, we saw that they would do a healthy mixture of both the full-on Leroy Jenkins rush into the site, as well as the patience play. And it was when they started playing with the patience play, sending some fakes out, that they got it rolling. So we'll see what the strategy looks like going into this one. That's going to be the big game changer here.
A big thing is definitely the mix-ups. I mean, you go for, in any competitive environment, whether you're just playing someone in chess, whether you're playing someone, that might be a little bit, but you're playing someone in a fighter, you're playing someone in Counter-Strike.
Just competing.
Whatever it is, you're always looking to look for your opponent's habits and exploit those habits, but also making sure you're masking your habits. One of those things is conditioning. Make your opponents think you have habits, even though you're aware of them, so that you can throw in mix-ups later on that throw them off guard. And there's always that back and forth, that cat and mouse of, what level are my opponents on? What do they think I'm going to do? When's the good time for a mix-up? So going from aggressive plays to slow plays is smart, as long as you're not doing it predictably. Right?
Yeah, and about that, looking at what Kennesaw State has been doing so far this season, we see that they've had a forfeit, possibly 2 forfeits already this season. So it's a little bit harder to get game plans around teams that have forfeited, and we have less film to scout and
that's true. Yep.
Less strategies to go. So a little bit more orthodox, I think we'll see today.
We know, again, we've seen the kind of research that Anton does for his team. He's got their backs. I mean, one specific matchup they had, he said 15 hours.
Yes.
Look at just watching over tape beforehand. But again, as you said, a little harder to do it. So this could be one where it's just go in, let's feel it out. We came off a win this week. This is a team that is probably going to give us a little less problems once we start playing them. So let's see if we could just do what we do. Let's see if we've had some growth on these maps.
Yeah, and to your point there, something that Anton stressed early in the season was that they were going to do a reactionary style.
Right.
But as we're getting used to these maps and we're going to get used to the opponent, hopefully we'd see them, play their own game and really take it to them instead, force them to be the reactionary squad.
That's where you're going to see the difference makers when they level up. Is, as you said, once you start playing, there's always a level of reactionary play, right? You're always reacting, what are your opponents going to be doing, where they're going to be setting up, how are they going to be attacking. But if you already know kind of how you want to approach the situations, you're going to be a lot better because the team knows how to operate. This happens in this situation, rotate here, take this spot, watch this corner, and those things will make the team be a lot more cohesive.
Yeah, and that happens in every single sport, every single video game you play, but it's very distinct in Counter-Strike when you have certain people watching certain areas of the map.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. One thing that I stress often in these pregame shows is movement and team positioning. When you lose a site, how does your team move?
Right.
Do they move as one?
Yeah.
Exactly. And something we saw from the Syracuse matchup, Syracuse moved as a unit.
Yeah. No, and we've seen that too. Another game very similar would be Valorant. We've seen that against some of the opponents who play in Valorant where something happens, one of their players drops, immediately all of the rest of their team starts rotating or moving because they know this means this. We need to be in this position now to cover for this. So same thing at Counter-Strike. When you lose one of those pillars of support, you need to make sure the building isn't going to fall over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we have the match coming in a few moments here. We'll end our podcast just in a few moments once we get through and start this matchup here. But I'm curious then. Well, it's hard because you haven't seen any tapes. I was going to ask if you could predict, but we don't really know. Again, this is a team. I'm still going to throw it out there. I'm hoping for a 2-0.
I would like to see this first map get picked up, but after that, who knows from there? That's the only prediction I'm going to be throwing out there. Is Conestoga takes this first map.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I want to know from you before we get into this.
Yes.
Just a few more moments. What is your favorite map?
My favorite map that we will hopefully not. Hopefully
is it the decider?
Hopefully we just win a little 2-0, but it may or may not be the decider. Little nuke. All my audience members out there that are a little more casual, you all know the fun that nuke is. You all know going outside and just jumping up that marshmallow.
I thought you were about to say all my homies love nukes. Like
it's good out of context though. Out of context, I'm
like, who are your friends?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, I would. Well, one of my favorite maps always of all time, and I know it's overplayed, was still always Dust 2, though.
Yes.
And it's very sad that it's just not in rotation.
No, just because it's been the overplayed of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cliche.
But even then, you see it in the majors and whatnot. There's still moments. Simple's 4K on that recently. That was in I think 2020, but that's recent in my mind.
That's fair enough.
It's surprising that we don't see it as much. I just don't think it's practiced as much. I think players are bored.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I totally understand.
But it is.
When you have thousands of hours.
It's so much fun.
It's the classic, right? But we do have our match starting up here as we get into round 1. We're going to find out how Conestoga handles all the maps they love.
Yeah, so here we go, going in the pistol round. The most exciting round, if you ask some people. The round where everything's equal. And
yeah, people kind of just rush in.
And people rush, exactly. It's pure entertainment as we see PSX hang around that connector area. As we know from week 2 and week 3, that's one of his favorite spots. Is Guwop actually starts the round off by picking up an early frag. As we see a lot of action here in Park and around the bathrooms. Gunshots going out.
Yeah. Oh, hey, nice couple picks there. We have Kennesaw making a couple trades, and now we're about down to equal.
Guwop with three kills now with that block, running into sight, picking up an assist on that. Only one CT member left. It's down to a 1v1 with Pam, and Systematic will pick up at the end of the round there, holding on to a site.
Yeah. Hey, we talked about it, again, being a bit more CT heavy. We talk about trying to approach that A site. It's really hard to approach unless you're going in there just full gusto, unless you got full equipment, you're throwing smokes, you're able to move in. It's difficult. In pistols, you kind of just have to make that fast move. If you're going over to A site, you have to make that fast move.
It's about full commitment, and we just did not see a full commit out of the Conestoga team there, and now we got a relatively full buy, actually a half buy for Kennesaw State, as we're going back up through Park and Playground. A little similar A rush, but no one going through connectors this side. We only got 2 CT and now 3 CT members all converging this way. Only 1 member on B. As the first gunfight is taken, PSX and Pam combined to get a headshot there on Zexty.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, a little bit of teamwork as you round those corners.
And there's all 5 going through long. As PSX goes in and takes the first gunfight and will go down. That's Nitsu picking up 2 kills. Systematic trading out. And 2 CT members remain. They maintain an M4 util and grab a second one before the round ends. That's huge for the econ.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely massive. Again, getting even just a few kills there for the Condors too is really good. I mean, that's a point where if you get just completely wiped after losing your first pistol round, you come into the second round, you lose that without taking any kills. You're getting really set behind. It's going to take a few more rounds to get caught up. So it's good that they got a couple picks.
Yeah, this round right here might be one of the more important rounds of this first half, as Conestoga has done a full buy, full A case, except for 1 SG, and they look to be doing a split push, 1 on B, and then the rest going back up through the Playground and the Park area. what they do with the util here and how they decide to attack this will be important for the rest of this round. If they go down in econ now, that could be devastating for them.
PSX hanging out. It's birthday time. They're all moving together as a unit. And it looks like it's going to be that move up through Park. We do have someone hanging out inside the washrooms. Wow, watch out when you're around this corner. That could be problematic. And PSX is going to get taken out, but they got the info now.
Yeah, making a lot of footstep noises. You would assume someone else would be there with them, and there's Pem to follow up. Systematic going down, holding that forward position on bathrooms, but the rest of the Kennesaw State University team has made its way to A site, except one remaining on B.
And now, again, this is a bit of a hard site to approach. You're going to watch this swing here. You probably have 2 people peeking around. They're just trying to watch boxes on site.
I'm surprised we haven't seen util come out yet. Just one smoke there going towards bank, but every player still with a flashbang, and Pem with 2 flashbangs actually.
Final moments now approaching. Nice, good push from Morty, taking down 2. Oh, actually, it was Stretch that got the other one. We're going to be on site. They look for that third. The bomb is planted in a 3v2. We found the other ones there down at bottom.
Morty catching him with the knife out, and that's exactly what you'd like to see as Nitsu there is just hiding behind stairs. Little wallbang attempt from Morty as the gunfight happens, and Nitsu actually picks up the headshot. The wallbang attempts from Stretch, the IGL, as Nitsu is 1-tap right now.
Yeah, this really scary Stretch. Doesn't know if he should peek. He's just going to hide. He allows Go-Off to come around that corner, and they work together to hold down that site. Got the plant, and then it looked scary for a moment. I thought maybe Kennesaw would end up causing some trouble.
Yeah, it was a good round all throughout. After the first pick there from Kennesaw, I was a little worried, but Pem followed it up, and then the attack, they didn't hesitate for a second, coming in and winning that with their full buy on the AKs.
Yeah, Morty's recoil control spray controls looks pretty on point today, so let's hope that holds up throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, coming off of being sick last week, we hope a little healthy Morty will be a difference maker.
He's ready to make a difference. He's like, hey, I got to make up for last time.
That's 5 CTs with Deagles and USPSs all going through Monster on B site. The Conestoga squad is going back towards A, though.
Hey, I like it, though. They're going to get info pretty soon that this is going to be a nice, easy push. If they can make that rotate around once they got the info, that's going to be fantastic. I mean, look at that. Stretch is trying to find some info. He's roaming around, see if he can get that flank pick through tunnels.
The lurk from the CT squad here is incredible. As there's the first gunfight. Stretch taking down a member of B, but that does not stop the CT squad.
Ooh, they have to be careful.
Behind them as Morty does not know what's coming.
Watch your back.
In the bathrooms as they're coming out with the 5-7. Picks up the first kill on Morty. They grab an AK. Get the kill on PSX too, but PSX does take her down with 1 beforehand. Pem cleaning up shop. What? Hits the one.
What a turn, get the other. Not quite. On the
It's
second one.
TV with that Deagle, the last member left, but only has that Deagle. Now picks up an AK. Stretch and Go-Up still alive, but Stretch, I'm pretty sure, down there on B site. And Go-Up coming to join him with the bomb. We'll be seeing the rotate now from 6-4 TV and the gunfight going down at B site.
But a great little flick there from Pem to at least take 1 on the trade. And now a 2v1. This is looking good for the Condors. I mean, all 6-4 has is an AK, so they're going to back out. Probably save, in my opinion. We'll see if the hunt comes out now.
Yeah, we're seeing a little tie game. Tie game after 4 rounds. Always what you like to see. Conestoga got right back into it because they won that last round.
Yeah, definitely a save round. And I think Condors will probably start to realize pretty quick they need to start getting out of there. And probably no exit frags. They're just going to make sure they don't get picked before going to the next round.
Yeah, 6-4 TV finds a good hiding spot, and the Condors not going on the aggressive like we saw from the Syracuse Orange last week, which was egregious with how much they wanted to get those end-of-round kills. But we see here the economy coming into play, both teams able to do a full buy, but we see on the CT side a FAMAS coming out, so not quite a full buy, but this is going to be a big round with gunfights coming out, and the closest, not the closest, but the best defense we'll see against this Conestoga team so far in this first half, probably.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be tricky. I'd imagine going for another A rush would be problematic, but it could be one of the situations of condition.
Yeah, as we see it again, 5 rounds in a row coming up, but I feel like the aggressiveness on this B site has been going up every single round. Now PSX and Stretch going that way, but deciding to rotate up through Connector, it looks like. But staying down there, nonetheless, Pem picking up the first headshot and the first goal of the round. As we see Stretch in a nifty little spot here, just trying to get a cheeky little kill on B site. See nothing, though. Info
gathering is going to be huge right now. You see Kennesaw locking down that B site. It's been problematic for them for a couple rounds in a row now. They do not want to give that one up. Great pick there from Morty. And they'll make that rotate now onto site and plant.
The first pick of the round for the TT side, but bomb is down, and you got 4 team members on the site with... I'm not sure what the strategy is here for the Kennesaw State University. It looks like they're converging around Connector and bathrooms, and with 2 AKs and an M4, they might be calling this round a wash.
Are they running?
They are. They're doing a little Jame time.
Very interesting. And I would love to see the Condors hunt them down, but they're not going to give up sight because there's no way that they're assuming at this point that's going to be a save. They might recognize really quick now, but it'll be too late to go for a hunt.
No, Condors are, it looks to be very focused on picking up round wins and map wins right now. They want to just, you know, get some of their first wins of the season and not be the first team to go 0-4.
I think not the best, or sorry, not the worst call from Kennesaw, though. I think at that point you realize, God, we lost 2 guys again. We're going to start falling behind. We need to think of the future rounds. So getting out of there, giving up that round and saying we've lost it instead of going in and losing their AKs again, you know, I'll give them credit. I think that was the best call.
No, but as we see Anton on the screen, coaching a good game so far. The Condor strategy is paying off. As you're saying, Leith, the conditioning of the CT squad, telling them, hey, we're going to push A every round, and you better stop us before we switch it up.
Ooh, this will be interesting. I wonder how this swing is going to happen. Now there's already a fight going on down. PSX, as you said, loves to hang out down there. 2 kills for him, and that's going to be a great hold for Condors as they make their push up. 2 of Kennesaw players left.
5v2 now, and the Kennesaw players actually rotating away from B, coming back down towards B now, just trying to hold it. They actually went up towards A. Conestoga has them shook right now. They don't know what to think.
Yeah, this is likely going to be a good hold, but again, 1 drop. 6-4 takes down Morty. At the same time, you've given away your location, and now the Condors know exactly what they need to do. And I wonder if we're going to see a rotate around.
Yeah,
I think we are. They're going to leap bank.
And yes, they brought both the CT members up to defend A site, made them use utility, and then planted it down at B.
No,
Brilliant
smart
strategy.
call. It's completely uncontested. You know there's 2 players left. Why would you even try to push? Doesn't make sense.
I'm pretty sure that one of the members of CT there used the smoke because it looked like they only have flashbangs and an HE grenade left. No smoke grenades were held onto, so they have no util to even retake this.
Yeah.
4v2, you don't want to try it, but looks like Condors are going to go up 4-2 and have map control in their hands, especially being CT on the second half.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we're seeing multiple times Kennesaw have problems with that early game. They tried to switch it up. They tried to push up a little bit further maybe than they should, and it just did not go well for them. PSX popped off, dropping 2. They really need to win those early gunfights if they're going to make those pushes.
Yeah, we see the early gunfight as you're talking about, and there's PSX in Connect in one of his favorite spots, and just catching them off guard. As you're mentioning, the more forward holds, they tried it, didn't work out in their favor.
No, it could have if they won those gunfights. I mean, it looked like they had a couple players in a situation that they could have swung and maybe gotten an early pick, but they just did not commit.
Oh, no, fully agreed. If I'm the coach of Kennesaw right now, I'm telling them commit harder.
Commit harder.
And maybe try to bring it to them instead. But a good early molly shuts down that Conestoga attack.
No,
they're going to be forced to be a little bit more patient here.
Look, it's still an aggressive push, although we are going to see Nitsu drop down. Another one, 3. It's PSX again, and now down to 2 players. Kennesaw, this is not what you're looking forward to.
Stretch picks up a nade kill. The HE grenade comes out, is effective. I really hope that's on the replay because that would be fascinating to look back. A 6-4 in heaven picks up 1 headshot, picked up a second headshot on Stretch, but now we see the converging Condors on A site here, switching it up every round now.
Hey, you may as well, because it makes sure that there's no conditioning, right? It makes sure that you're not going to be giving away, hey, we're always going to A, we're always going to B. Let's switch it up. We'll take a little bit of a harder hold if we need to.
And now we see the CT member here just at stairs, debating whether or not they want to go through bank, but finally deciding save again. They want to hold on to that AK.
I mean, it's the best thing. You're not going to win this gunfight. Like, if you go out there and try to take this, you might get one. But they're already losing their gunfights for the most part. I think at this point, the Condors probably have it in their head that we might have this series locked down.
Yeah. I would like to see that. And by the way they're playing, how crisp the executions are, it looks like it. And it looks like they found a team that they match up with quite well.
Yeah. I'd say overmatch with, to be honest. I mean, obviously anything could change as we get to the next max. We did see that Vertigo was Kennesaw's pick.
Yeah.
While we are familiar on it, we don't know how familiar they are on it.
Yeah, exactly. It was our early season pick, so, you know, it would be nice to see it. It would be nice to see them play well on it especially, but as you said, it's Kennesaw's map. It's Kennesaw's pick.
Right. I have seen a couple times, though, that the Condors have struggled while trying to play defense on this map as well. So, sure, our T side is looking good. CT still needs to be on lock.
No, fully agreed there, where CT, the strategies, everything that's being implemented, just it needs more practice, needs more refinement, as there's PSX in connector, his favorite spot.
Oh, this is his home at this point.
That is. We might as well rename it to PSX. As there's that HE grenade coming out, Stretch trying to pick up another kill with that, as we see a scout on the CT side watching that bathroom side, as Morty trying to pick up the kill, gets a tag on to XD, but nothing, as the rest of the Condors now are pushing up through bathroom.
Yeah, Frag's out. They're trying to load onto that site. Just make sure they push back Kennesaw as far as possible, back into bank, back to stairs. Make sure that they're not on site when they make that push. And now we see Condors full committing onto site.
You have the numbers advantage. 5v3 as Guap picks up the first one, and Netsu picks up a trade on that, but Pem and Guap closing down the site, and the bomb going down. Condors in a good spot.
Yeah, I like that. There's one left. They're going to, ooh, get taken down. There's a pick, Mikey. It's usually the place they go to save, but they're going to get an extra frag on the way out. 3 Condors left. They're probably just going to stay on this side of site, you know, head back to park, make sure they don't lose another player.
And Stretch on the lurk picks up Mikey trying to save. He says, nah, no more of that.
Get out of here.
We're winning this econ game, and now we see the CT side only with about 3,700 to spare for each member. In a tough situation, Condors have them where they want them.
Yeah, that's problematic. I mean, you're already losing a lot of momentum when you have some econ to be able to spend, and now when you're going back to, you know, losing, it's going to be harder and harder to get this momentum back before switching sides.
Yeah, you do not say, but for Kennesaw, if they do want that momentum back, they're going to have to lean on 6-4 and Systematic. Both of them playing good games in a 6-2 matchup right now. As we see the Condors in their typical spots, Stretch has been owning this B site with his util control.
Ooh, there's going to be a pick, of course. The Stretch is going to make that one, no problem. Caught off guard, an interesting hold for Kennesaw.
But Kennesaw also picks up a kill on Pem. It'll be interesting to see how the return goes. Pem being a big player in this A site take, making sure bank is smoked off, making sure stairs are smoked off. Yeah, it looks like they're going to commit to the B site here. 3 members coming down.
Whoa.
Yes, there's a nice headshot on the tap fire from PSX. Watching up in heaven, and it looks like they have site control.
Couple of misses early on, but that headshot does come through. PSX spraying and praying through smoke. He is on the hunt now. I think they've realized how much control they have on this, and they're starting to play very confidently.
Agreed. And Guap going out and picking up a headshot. I'm not even sure where that gunfight went down.
Probably somewhere on the map, I'd presume, if I had to put some money on it.
Yeah, maybe not in the skyboxes.
There
Stretch picks up another one from behind.
I think this is where Kennesaw starts to say, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
I think the strats are coming out now for Kennesaw's T side. I think they're calling this half a wash. And a knife kill from Morty.
Let's go!
That's what you like to see. Maybe BM? But if it's in the inventory, you got to use it.
I've been asking for a knife kill from either a Valorant team or CS for quite a while. To finally get that on the board, Morty, you're now my favorite Condors player of all, even above the Rocket League players now. So good job.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Goes in, gets the knife kill, jumps through the smoke. I would be pooping bricks if I saw a man jump through smoke
with
holding a knife, just swiping at me.
Yeah, no, that's a terrifying prospect to think about.
As we see the Condors doing this split push, that's been working out for them, but
yeah, called out this time.
Finally called out. We got 4 members of that CT side, all on B site and connector, and it's actually starting to work for them.
Yeah, lost fight down in tunnels, and another one dropped down. That's Gawap off the board. It's just going to be Pem and Morty left to push site. I think they're going to try to get on there real quick, get this plant at least.
Yeah, 3v2 right now, but they do know that these members of Kennesaw are on B site, and they do know that 6-4 and Systematic are down 2 of the key members of the Kennesaw roster.
See if they can make this hold. I imagine Kennesaw is going to get pretty aggressive here. Yeah, not surprised. And 1 Condor left. Pem takes down 1. She turns to look for another. She sees the information, but dropped down. The Condor is wiped off the board.
Yeah, big round there from Kennesaw, changing up the strat, 4 stacking B site, and then sending 2 to connector. It was huge. They're figuring out the strategy from the Condors, and they're starting to get behind them, which is not what you like to see.
The question is, how long is that going to last? I mean, if you're already starting to figure them out, the Condors are going to catch on to that and try something else.
Agreed. If I'm the Condors right now, I'm going B, B, B. I'm going as heavy as I can to B site. They've been going to A site.
Right.
They've been going up through that park. They've been going through the bathrooms. And I feel like if they pivot now, really force the action down at B site where they wouldn't expect it.
Or the mind games could come out. Let's just keep going to A over and over and over again.
Well, you see the 5 stack over on B. It looks like they want to take the fight to them, going down to the sewers way. Only 2 members of the CT squad on B site. It looks like the Condors have won the mind games, rushing in, Pem picking up the trade. As PSX gets a headshot. 1 in heaven will be coming down, but the Condors have stormed B site. It's like they could hear me.
Yeah.
It's like they knew.
We'll see if it's BBB, though. Again, it's this is just really going to throw Kennesaw for a loop because now they got to pick, is this going to be just the strong B push from here on out now that they know they can do it? We've locked them out on A. Or is there going to be a cheeky other A push? Because you could catch them off guard.
Yeah, they might go back to 4 stacking B site and really playing heavy in connectors there. But something that I did not look at before the round started is Kennesaw has busted out the first operator of the match. They busted out the big green stick.
Did it go to use? It did not.
As not. Systematic will be holding that. As Pem and Stretch get taken out by the bomb, going on the attack. Systematic keeps the op, the only remaining member as we look at the instant replay of this rush. Pem picking up that trade. Love seeing the P90 come out as Stretch has gotten a kill like that in like 4 straight rounds now, just shooting someone in the back and connector. But yes, the P90 entry frag.
I used to
love it.
I used to be pretty bad with my my spray control on the AK. So yeah, every single time I love P90.
P90 comes out. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. As we were talking about before this, 2013 CS:GO.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite things.
Right.
Pre-nerf P90 is one of the most fun guns to ever play with.
Oh, the good old days.
Morty gets offed with an op too. Conestoga busting out the big green stick, but it didn't work out in their favor as PSX making a lot of footstep noises coming out of Squeaky, missing the 1 member in waters and not working out. Mikey holding strong is just down to Stretch and Pem now.
PSX was trying to get that pre-fire, see if he could catch that guy as he moved through, but he gets taken out. Now, as you said, 2 left, 5 for Kennesaw State, and this would be a very difficult hold unless Stretch does something magical with this op.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the op coming back out into play for Conestoga. I wouldn't be shocked if they save now just because
I would save, yeah. I mean, if you can get a pick, sure, but like, don't push it.
Well, I do wonder. We are coming up on halftime, so it isn't this round, but it is interesting to see the strategy if they are going all out, which if I'm Conestoga, I would be. And
you would go out this round or next round?
I think I'm saving for this round. I think
that's what I'm saying. Yes, you save this round. I wouldn't waste the opportunity, pun intended, to be able to use that in the next round. Grab one less.
Stretch with that off gets taken out by an HE grenade, and they decide to go for it. Stretch on his way out, picking up a U2 kill on his own. They trade with the nades.
All right, Pam, it's time to lock in. Let's see if you can clutch this up. Util out.
Out Optimus and Stairs.
Yeah, she's going to hold for bank. There's going to be the information. One, not quite, lights him up, but Kennesaw is going to take Pem off the board. And we'll see how this next round's going to go before side swap.
Very exciting match so far. And this is the best I've seen Conestoga look in this season. I think they're playing their best Counter-Strike.
They've been practicing this map, and they're confident now. And you saw it before I saw some smiles. Even if they were getting killed, they were losing a gunfight, they were still smiling. I think their confidence is there.
I mean, we could see it right there. A little smirk on the face of PSX as he's feeling good right now. And the side swap happens, and now Conestoga is going to be playing reactionary. So it'll be interesting to see his strategy. It'll be interesting to see how Anton plays this. And the Overpass Classic, these tricky boosts.
Like it. Peeking in through the bathrooms. That is the opposite advice of what I would give most people to do.
First thing I'm doing when I get invisibility power, as we see 3 members going towards A and 2 in connector, but they all converge now. PSX is going to have a sticky situation on his hands around these bathrooms. Again, not the first time that's happened.
Oh, around the car. Oh, hit your shots. Come on, PSX. You've got 2 more. Oh, this is just chaos.
He just shakes his head no after it as the full rush from Kennesaw coming in now on the pistol round. But Pat picks up a headshot through the smoke.
That
2 kills coming in.
That was frustrating to watch, but I mean, it is also hard. Sometimes you don't know which target to pick, and you split the difference, and you hear bullets whizzing by your ears.
Just overstimulation at its finest, and now it's down to the team captain, the IGL Stretch. Going in through the bathrooms, all sneaky with it. Only 3 members to go through, so a little
Only 3?
Only 3?
Not quite.
The dualies come out and get the headshot.
From what we saw on screen, I'm pretty sure Condors have a shooting percentage of about maybe 1% in that round.
Yeah, if you're being generous, 1.5.
Okay, all right, we'll get a half a bullet hit.
Well, for headshot bonus, we'll give a little extra.
Okay. So just 1 headshot,
Some impressive shots.
I mean, pistol rounds, again, we saw it didn't go too well, even in the first one. Kennesaw, again, got their first round win through a pistol and the subsequent round afterwards. So it's not a big indicator of how the rest of the round is going to go.
It's like what we were mentioning pregame, those Leroy Jenkins-style rushes on pistol rounds, very effective as they're systematic, coming in with the AK and just sweeping out the CTs, picking up 2 kills, and grabs a 3rd one there. Teammates trying to steal this from him. I don't think they realized that the CTs are behind them, though. As Pem and Kuop have very good positioning right now.
Yeah, they get the cross.
Hands out.
Got to get the kills, though. Lands a shot.
Guap going after them. They actually rotated through connector to B site, so it's going to be even more precarious for Conestoga to stop this. As Mikey picks up a kill, and it looks like it'll be all for naught for Conestoga. The hunting squad coming out on Guap.
Yeah, at this point, you still want to try to get a kill, though, and we do see Guap trying to find at least 1 pick. Mikey locking down connectors. He's pulling the PSX, but they're hunting him down. And, of course, Kennesaw is going to get that kill. There's no way they're going to let one elusive Condor get away.
No, and that's the thing about CS is that these first 2 rounds after the the pistol rounds, they're pretty much not second round after the pistol rounds. Pretty much just
already
decided.
Coming out though. I want to point out from PSX.
We're seeing the aggressive playing from Conestoga. They know they're up 8-6. They don't want to relinquish that lead any further than they have, being up 6-2 earlier in this one. So the op coming out round 2, leaving PSX with $0. And
you don't need
no
money
armor
when you got big guns.
We'll see it. We'll see how it comes out. It's number 6. He has it in connector, but no gunfight.
That's all right. We're going to see PSX start to pop off here. Here it is. Not a shot.
As there's
and he gets
2
taken
in the
down.
water. 1 in connector did come in. As we see the Kennesaw State converging on this B site here, and systematic almost getting picked off by Morty. Morty's going to be in a fun position here to check as there's another member of the CT squad down. They're now entering B site. Go up with the spray, but unable to pick up anything, but getting damage on the board.
Morty now
Most likely
locking
going
down
for
connectors.
A save, I'm guessing now. He's going to be going towards T-spawn. So, walking around, they got 5 members still on this T side, and that looks like they stole the op, still at full util, in a good spot, but we might still a little fight here. Might see Morty pick up 1. I really hope so. He knows that he's there. As the gunfight goes up the peak, and he does pick him up.
Yeah, Morty has been looking good again. We talked about his spray control, looking solid. Smoke's out there, but he's going to turn side, and he can't get another one. They're going to drop him down there. I was hoping maybe Morty was going to be the one to clutch it out.
Oh, when that hunting squad comes out, it is scary as hell, and we actually see the first tactical timeout coming up from Conestoga. We see Anton on screen going over some strategies, and he does not look happy right now.
I don't think he's just... I don't think he's unhappy, but he's like, let's just kill this momentum. I mean, we have the lead. Let's not let it get this close. Obviously, after that round, that was the round that you wanted to win. I think you win that. There's no timeout.
Well, yeah, going all out with the econ especially. It's needed. It's needed to win those rounds to not find yourself in this hole where you have two deagles coming out and 3 5.7s. So yeah, the full buy from the T squad. They got to keep all their weapons, and they're in a very similar situation that we saw Conestoga in last round, picking up the first 3 rounds of this second half.
And now, timeout done. We'll see how the Condors react now going forward. A strat change is going to happen. They're starting to get an early aggressive push. Again, they're expecting maybe a B.
As it looks like there's 2 members coming up on PSX in the connector here, but they're being a little bit more conservative with their push. Kennesaw State is. A little smoke there stopping them from really attacking PSX, though will have his work cut out for him here. 2 AKs down the hallway. Nothing yet, though. Yeah. Nothing yet.
Still, everyone just trying to figure out what they need to do. And Kennesaw, I think, will finally start creeping forward, and this is where it could be problematic for them because it flash didn't hit anyone. Come on, pick. Nice for PSX. A second one isn't going to come out. He'll get dropped by 6-4, but now the information's there. It lands a shot, but Morty dropped down as well. The Condors 3v3.
Yeah, Morty tags him, but now we see the B site entry here. Systematic with that operator down at the bottom there. Not a bad fight for Stretch to take if he's able to get a wide peek, but it looks like the retreat now from Kennesaw State as they're going up through connector.
Yeah, they're going to want to make that rotate around.
But the bomb is all the way back at their spawn. Kennesaw is going to have to be waiting for at least 15 seconds here for him to come up to be able to plant this bomb.
Which is going to give the Condors enough time to rotate out around. They know the rotate came out. We'll see how they lock it down as they try to hold
20 seconds left in the round. If I'm Conestoga, you got to go aggressive. You got to deny this bomb plant. That molly coming out being perfectly put, but Systematic able to move, get the bomb down, and now the advantage in Kennesaw State's hands with this 3v2. As we see Stretch in the bank and Guop trying to make his way up those stairs, and it's not working. It's all up to Stretch in the bank, and it looks like 6-4 is going to be holding that angle. Systematic still watching stairs there, and with that operator, very tough angle to hold, especially going for that immediate headshot. But that's why they're the pros, and that's why I'm commentating. I'm a little bit more conservative with my holds as they look to start saving. Sexty with that really tasty-looking burger profile picture gets out of there with the AKs and the op. Conestoga and Kennesaw State now tied 8-8.
Do you think he's actually a burger?
That would be very impressive.
I'd be very impressed, too. But yeah, that's a smart play there from Stretch. Save that AK. Get yourself out there. Support your team better next round. PSX again is going to try for that op again. It's not been the most useful thing for the squad so far, so I'm hoping this round can change things up because we are now tied in map 1.
Yeah, we're just seeing a lot of unlucky plays, and it just seems like a lot of the timing, a lot of the coordination is just not panning out for Conestoga. They're not getting a lot of gunfights. They're not initiating any gunfights so far, and that's one of the big challenges that they're facing.
Well, this is going to be a nice line of sight hold here. PSX, he might be able to catch 2 players if they end up pushing in there, but with 3 already moving towards site, Condor's in a good position to hold this. The question is, are they going to win their gunfights?
As the T side being very conservative right now, playing with the time they have, PSX rotating early on into the round. Condor's definitely feeling the pressure right now with this map skidding, and they're Systematic with the operator gets taken out. They do not know that was the op, but they do know that they have the numbers advantage.
It is interesting, as you said, that early rotate instead of holding the line. They know no one's pushed out onto the B site, so They probably could have still hold, but at least they do get a pick. Now Kennesaw down. A player will finally have to make their push, but they'll have to do it shorthanded.
As the util comes out onto site, but still no push
very
from
slow.
Kennesaw, which is surprising. They do have bomb here. 2 members look to be coming through Monster as there's the flashbang and the smokes. The first member comes out, stretching a terrific position, just on top of those barrels, catching him completely off guard.
Nothing there for Stretch, though. He did get the one, couldn't pull off the second one, and Gawop's getting taken down. Look at it. He is very surprised about that kill. Looking to his teammates to question what the heck just happened in Kennesaw. Somehow coming out of this fight on top, it looked like the Condors were in a good position to hold.
And it's just Stretch with that op and the deagle. He's not able to get anything done as the last member of the team. Actually, that was PSX, excuse me. But that looked terrific off the start of the round.
Right.
Systematic, the top player so far on Kennesaw goes down immediately with that operator.
Go on. I hope that we can eventually, I don't think we can get a replay of his cam, but his reaction to that gunfight and losing it was phenomenal. He's like, what just happened?
Because, what happened there? It looked like he had the advantage, and Conestoga looked like they had position. Not sure what happened, but we go into a new round, and similar strategy here from Kennesaw, instead sending 3 to that A side.
And now a lead for Kennesaw, 9-8. It looked like the Condors were going to run away with this map, but I mentioned that CT side can change a lot.
Yeah, and so far it's just not been panning out for either team that gets it, but Morty's starting the round off strong, taking out Mikey there, picking up an entry frag in the round. Still got the op in play for the T side as PSX is watching Squeaky and Nixie coming around and picks up a nifty headshot there. Looking like Santares is now it's up to Pem to be holding this B site with Stretch.
Yeah.
So they got 2 on each site, but Kennesaw only with 3 members left, 2 AKs and the operator, so the attack is not going to be as prolific as you'd like. But they do grab bomb, and they do look to converge. 40 seconds left in the round, so Conestoga has the advantage.
We'll see if a push comes out for Kennesaw anytime soon. They got 30 seconds left on the clock to get this down. They know that they're down a player.
And they're Stretch with that positioning. He has been dominating behind those green barrels, picking up a kill to start off last round. And now taking on the operator, just those 2 AKs coming from sewer. You got the 2 members of Conestoga, now 3 members converging on the B site, ready for this gunfight. Go up especially with that MP9 ready for the entry, comes around swinging, gets 1 headshot, takes down 1. It's now a 3v1. Sexty with that AK on site and gets taken out by Stretch. Picking up a round for the first time in a while for Conestoga, 9-9. As we look to see the instant replay there, Stretch, brilliant positioning to take out that op before the op even knew what was happening and to end the round.
All right, Condors tying things up. That's a wonderful look for them because things look like it might be getting a little bit out of control for them. I mentioned earlier on CT side for them wasn't always the strongest. While they were getting more familiar with this map, that was one particular part of their game that needed some work. So I like anytime they can get a round win on CT.
No, and they played it efficiently. They played it well. The rotates were clean as can be, and that clutch sending in of the MP9. As we see the gunfight starting on this round, Mikey and Guop both trading out. Morty's XD going down, but Conestoga coming out with the advantage. Stretch picking up a kill there on Nitsu.
Yeah, interesting push for Kennesaw. Now they're kind of held in an awkward position. With only 3 players left, they barely made any advancement towards either site. Obviously, they're going A.
Creeping now, yeah. Conestoga, another round where they have 4 members left, and they do this 2-2 hold, and it's been working out well for them. But we do have Stretch. Looks like he's going to be creeping through connectors at some point in time here, so it'll be interesting to see the lurk coming from the team captain.
And time clicking down. The final push is starting to happen. Watch that op hold, though. PSX is ready to click heads. He's still fine, though. He might be able to get the pick here. There's going to be that peek in.
Hey, that's it.
Systematic has dropped a second one, and Mikey has dropped down 2. There's only 1 Kennesaw player left to try and take this site, and they're not going to be able to do that It's going to be the Condors with another round win at 10-9.
I think we're seeing them get into their rhythm. I really think we are. That's 2 rounds in a row.
I certainly hope so.
Very, very well. And they've done their strats. They've done exactly what they've been trying to do and putting on paper, as we see PSX with this op hold, picking up the first one even after moving from his position, re-peeking and getting that second Mikey, opening the door for Guap to come out of the bank and just end the round flat out.
I love it. Now PSX gets to keep his op. We've seen him lose it before, and it was always sad every single time.
You can see it on his face. Almost tears.
Oh, it's just the worst thing that's ever happened in his life.
But on rounds like that, we see why he gets so sad.
Yeah, this is why he buys it.
As we see 4 members now in connector and B-site territory for that Kennesaw State University. Looks like they're actually going to be popping their head up towards A.
Maybe, yeah. They're trying to figure out where the Condors are set up right now. Condors, again, had a good hold, but they're making that rotate already from Park.
Yeah, we don't see Conestoga with 5 members usually at this point in time. It's been 4 members left holding a 2-2, but now you got that 3rd member that you can send out almost as like a football free safety to cause some havoc, but we'll see what happens as Conestoga holding strong.
I did not get that reference at all.
Well, the free safety, he's kind of just the SHIT disturber out there. He'll just go do his thing.
Gotcha.
That's kind of like what Stretch, when Stretch is behind them.
Oh, well, yeah,
Exactly.
he's a problem, that's for
Exactly.
sure. But as you said, we do see a little bit of a move towards Park now. They're going to be able to find their way towards A with 2 players for the Condors there. This could be problematic. Washrooms locked down only by Morty. He's getting a lot of footstep sounds. He knows someone here. He's just wondering if he needs to call a feint.
Yes, there's the first bit of util goes out, and the first kill goes down. Morty picking up 2, the second one being a headshot. Pem picking up a 3rd is now a 4v2 as they're on B site. The dual take, and the B site take was the one that ends up well. You got PSX up in heaven and a nade kill coming up. Guwop and Stretch now both with
he sees the gun.
And he picks up the headshot through the sandbags, picking up the round win for Conestoga. Like I said, in their rhythm.
Not very fortunate for that last Kennesaw player. You saw the gun poking out, and all PSX has to do is says, oh, that's where your head will be.
One of the best moments always is when you get that little barrel of the gun sticking out. You can almost just chuckle, take your hands off the keyboard, even order some food from Uber Eats.
We're going pretty drastic.
And then shoot the man. He was stuck there, and it was a good round from Conestoga there. Picked up the retake especially, and that's something we haven't seen very often from Conestoga, is that retake being efficient, but we've seen it now in 3 rounds in a row. Wins.
And the Condors getting themselves closer and closer here to a map win on our first map. I can't say I wasn't a little bit worried for a moment. I talked about the problems on the CT, so I'm glad they're cleaned up.
No, the collar definitely tightened up, but once Conestoga got into a strategy, started playing their own game and playing by their own playbook, it started to go really well, and there's Morty in connector picking up some big kills on Park here. Getting a second one there, headshot on Nitsu. 6-4 peeks out and does pick up Morty, but Morty does the work necessary for the squad. It's a 4v3 right now.
Whoa! That was an interesting push on a sight from PSX. Frag out, just saying, what's up?
Had no clue anyone was there. If you looked at his face cam, just laughing out loud immediately after dying.
He was like, oops, what did I do?
Bomb goes down as the first gunfight's being taken out by Guwap out of bank. Messes up nade. Tensions are high if you can't tell as Pem comes out, picks up the first kill on his swing. Just 1 member in bathroom, 1 member long. Now that member in bathroom. Op is down. Don't know if Conestoga will choose to take it. Zexty picks up a kill on the bomb diffuser. It's just Pem and Zexty now. Pem can't quite pick up the kill. Zexty jumping around the corner. Throws out the molly. Has to stick the defuse or else won't get it in time.
And there it is. She's saying no, but she does get it.
Avoids the shot,
and she gets the kill.
Brilliant play there from Pem. Cool as a cucumber under pressure.
That was wonderful. I love it. She's shaking her head no. She's like, I don't think I'm gonna get this. That was locked in. I love it. 12-9 now, and the Condors looking for a map 1 win.
As we see the replay here, Morty and Connector picking up a headshot kill there, but 6-4 picking it up, and this is what started the attack. We do not get to see that PSX kill back with the random push from A long. But the good defense from the Condors, and there's Pam picking up the round-ending kill. Clutch. So now we see Morty in connector again. Morty loving connector on defense here as 6-4 pushes through it, not expecting that as they get position in connector. PSX holding around bathrooms here with the operator. There's the first man. 6-4 pushes out, and he does pick up that kill. PSX has been going off with this hop on the CT side.
You see 3 members left for Kennesaw as an aggressive hold for Condors is still situated around that A site. And now another one dropped down 4-2. There's a third, and the last remaining player does manage to take down PSX, I believe it was.
Yeah, Sexty lining them up, but Go-Up coming in, getting the kill. Ends the first map, and Conestoga looking very good throughout.
Well, for the most, I wouldn't say throughout. There were definitely a rough patch in the middle there. But the fact is that they were able to lock in, and that's the important thing. It's easy to let that get away from you, but you saw smiles across the board. Again, Anton's like, he looks pretty serious with those hand motions right now. But yeah, you definitely want your team to realize they need to lock in, and they did exactly that. So you got to be proud of what they pulled off there, because that was a situation where it looked like Kennesaw could end up taking this map.
Well, yeah, winning 5 rounds in a row was nothing to scoff at. I'm pretty sure that's what Conestoga did in the first round.
Right.
So once you get up to that point, it seems like you can't lose. And especially Kennesaw, once they got the momentum, I think they called it timeout, or Conestoga called a timeout on them, which turned out to be exactly what they needed as they stuffed them and then did not lose a round to close out that game.
Yeah, no, that was a phenomenal hold. I love that they adjusted what they needed to do on defense, on CT, to lock down that map, because this is all huge data for them. Okay, we still see where some of our problems might lie. Let's fix those as soon as possible. This is great experience for them. They're just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger on this map.
Yeah, and the consistency on CT side, that's the biggest thing. When they closed out the match, when they wouldn't drop a rounds there, it was the consistency. Their positioning was solid throughout, and when they did have to do retakes, they were there as a unit. They were there as a team. Exactly.
But now, again, we got to find out on the next map if Vertigo is going to be Kennesaw's map where they're good at, because it was their pick.
That's very true. Right. And it is a Conestoga pick themselves, but we've seen them lose on it before.
Right. Well, we're going to have to find out in a few moments because it's not ready yet. We're going to take a break. We better see you on the other side. Hello and welcome back to Conestoga College broadcast for the Condors Esports. Today we're watching some Counter-Strike. I'm Leaf and Cove is beside me. We got through map 1. It was a victory for the Condors, but there was a little bit of a speed bump along the way.
Yeah, 5 rounds lost in a row to start the second half. Definitely not what you're looking for when you're going for momentum, but recovered, won I think 6 in a row to end the game.
Yeah, no, it was good at the end. The momentum carried in, and now we're going into our second map, which is Vertigo. And Vertigo is a map that they were hoping to get. The Condors love it, but this was our opponent's pick. So the question is, how good does Kennesaw handle this map, or was it just because they like how it looks?
We'll see, and I really think that the answer to your question is going to have to wait until like rounds 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, we've lost both pistol rounds now.
Yeah, and the pistol rounds and the rounds that come immediately after are definitely more up in the air, but we do see Conestoga on the CT side to start, as it is not their map pick. So attacking for the second half of the map will be Conestoga, as the Patience play on pistol round. The T side not really going for it quite too yet, but coming up a ramp, fights are about to go down.
Yeah, and I hope they happen soon because, again, I like these pistol rounds for the fact that we can get into the action real quick, but it is taking some time. We're going to see finally some information in just a second here. Pem on the lurk. She gets one. Can't find the second. Just a little bit too late to see the other one run back down ramp, and I wonder how she's going to maneuver out of this one now.
She's the only member of the CTs left, as all 4 went down in separate gunfights at the mid of the map. And
well, they know she's there now, so they're going to go for plant and then get that extra money.
Planting A site, and she going on the aggressive now, coming up after Nitsu. And Nitsu taking that up top approach.
Okay. Come on!
The one-woman wrecking crew coming through the mid of the map here, trying to reverse the tides. Coming through against Mikey with the dual elites. And
please, another one. Come on. Pem, it's time. Get another one. Where's the ace? You have to get in this. Pem is about to clutch up in pistol rounds. And there, she's going to get information on the last one. Maybe not. She's going to have to go for the defuse now. But there's the pick. Kennesaw, of course, was still in an advantageous spot. But Pem lighting up that pistol round for the Condors.
Playing out of her mind, a one-woman wrecking crew as we get the instant replay starting off the round hot. And coming around, and at this point was just out for blood. Not much time to work with. Has to do everything quick, and instincts take over. And this is what happens when Pem lets instincts take over.
Well,
Love
this
to see it.
is what I'm hoping turns into a round 2 massacre for Pem as well. Because when you get that flow state, as you said, I can carry on for a few rounds. So keeping an eye on Pem. See how she handles the next.
Yeah, she pulls out the 5-7 a little by. Nothing much, but that one-shot headshot capability is huge.
We saw it in action just before that. First pick might come out of mid, but we lost the fight. We'll see if anything happens.
Stretch lives, but 2 health. Does not get any shots on at Nitsu here, as Guap now takes over that position. It's going to be Guap and Stretch trying to hold this mid.
Ooh, that smoke push there is going to be real smart on that mid. We'll see if Nitsu gets taken down. Hops down in front, but drops Guap again. He's surprised yet again from that kill. And Condors down to 3.
There's Stretch coming in behind Nitsu to pick it up and grabs a MAC-10 for the troubles. They do plant the bomb over on the other site. Nitsu, though, coming out of mid and being a big disruptor, forcing the retake from Conestoga. It is a 3v3, but Stretch only has 2 HP, and Pem goes down on the outside there.
And we're getting to those final moments now. Halfway to an explosion with Stretch and PSX left. They're hurting too. A couple sprays onto sight. As PSX tries to get something, but he doesn't want to commit too hard. It's not going to be easy. And Stretch with a spray will find one, not the second. And now PSX left alive. And he'll just get out of there.
And getting that 1 kill before the round ends, especially with an SMG, is big for that econ bonus. We all see PSX going into the next round with a healthy amount of money, and we'll see, I think, a half buy, maybe even a full buy based on the economy of the CT squad. This round could be anyone's to take here. I'm not going to throw it away immediately, but these are the rounds that matter the most. Full util, full guns.
Money's being spent for the Condors. They're ready to lock in and push this. And honestly, it hasn't been looking too one-sided. I wouldn't say Kennesaw is looking extremely dominant in this. And now this is where we often saw that turnaround for the Condors.
And now we see PSX and Nitsu in this mid positioning, having a lot of battles here. But as you were saying pre-game, wondering how Kennesaw is going to play this, it is being one of their maps. These are the big rounds. These are the rounds where strategy matters over everything else.
PSX just making sure no one's creeping up behind him through smoke. And he'll lock it down mid. We see a little bit of damage on Gawap. So Kennesaw does have a little bit of information on the squad.
As they're just kind of creeping around that lower section of the map, coming up ramps, and the gunfights and mollies starting to come out. Stretch with that HE grenade has been deadly, picking up some damage there as Morty picks up a kill on B site, picking up the lurking team member as Pem, Stretch, and pretty sure it was Guap were on site, but Stretch and Pem both going down. But Guap, the third member on site, gets headshot through the cover, through the smoke. An incredible shot on him, but PSX here to recover it. It is a 3v2 in the T-side favor.
Yeah, PSX hiding in the boxes. This is how I usually operate on my daily life. Just stay away from all the action and you won't get hurt.
30 seconds. Bomb is starting to go down. Morty and PSX on the counter. Shots going out through the top of the smoke, just trying to get visibility out as Morty gets headshot there. They know where PSX is. This is going to be a tall order coming out of that corner. Picking up one frag, but Nitsu finishing the round. Nitsu being big here on Vertigo.
I think this is the largest lead we've seen Kennesaw have now. So good for them. Good for them. And again, this was their pick. So it's not like this is coming to us as some sort of a shock. We knew that they probably are going to play a little bit stronger on this. Now's the time, though, that the Condors need to get the momentum back. Because they're back to pistols, this is going to be a little bit difficult for them. They need to get a round or two.
Anton's got his work cut out for him right now. This is going to be everything. We'll see what their positioning is. It looks like they're stacking 3 together and then sending 2 on their own. PSX and Nitsu having a little altercation here in mid, but no damage done yet. So far on Stretch and PSX's, they're coming up through a ramp there. As Stretch and Pam in their typical spots defending A.
Yeah. This is just some pokes back and forth. As you said, altercations. Altercation results in just a couple insults thrown at each other. No one's off the board yet, but we may see that change very quickly as Kennesaw starts to approach the time where they need to make a push.
Morty and Pam picking up kills to start the round off. 2 Deagle headshots. You love to see it as Stretch now, the main defender of this A site, as PSX has his back. And Kuwa on the side, picking up another Deagle headshot. Need to come through to grab Morty, but it is a 3v2 for Conestoga. As that's an unfortunate situation. Creeping through mid, there's Nitsu. This is becoming their spot.
And 2 Condors left. Gawap and PSX will have to get this retake a little bit sooner. A lot of times the Condors on the retakes have been approaching it just a little bit too late, putting themselves in awkward spots. It's a good turn there from our opponents, and they drop the Condors. And a 4-0 lead for Kennesaw.
Yeah, Nitsu is just putting the team on their back right now. An incredible play there, just flipping around, getting the 2v1 to go in their favor.
9-2.
Yeah, that is an incredible start to the game. And yeah, the largest lead Kennesaw has seen so far gets improved upon. Yeah, 4-0 now. Conestoga is going to have to do something big, but second half, I do really like the prospect of them being on the T side, attacking, setting the tone.
Right, but you're still going to want some round wins.
Of course.
before I get into that.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. You do want to, we don't want to be coming back 9-3 or anything like that. No. But we do see the op coming out on defense. They're trying everything now.
Pick.
Pam with the spray through that smoke. That was beautiful.
But that one not so much. Morty gets taken off the board by 6-4 and Systematic. And now that push onto site. Nice pick there for PSX. Getting a second, pre-fires the one. That player's dropped. There's going to be another one. Not quite.
2 on site for the T side. Zaxty going to get the bomb down. Go up watching off the side there. Doesn't want to fall off the map though. That wouldn't be too good as PSX is hitting some insane shots with that op, getting one through the box, and then they take out everyone. PSX doesn't know it yet, but a free defuse, and Conestoga on the board.
That was wonderful. Resorting to the pistol at the end there. 1-2 finishes off those lit players. But that usage of the op already was phenomenal from PSX.
Yeah, that was a great shot, just tagging his shoulder through the box there, setting him down to, I think it was about 10 HP, and then finishing it off. And here we see Anton looking happy after getting that map round win.
Oh, he's looking at us.
He was. He heard me.
He knew.
I was a little scared there, but Conestoga keeping their guns. 3 AKs on the CT side is nothing to scoff at, as well as having that operator still in the hands of PSX. Goes aggressive on mid here.
Right.
Would be nice to see him get a quick entry frag here.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen with them going up through ramp.
Wop might be able to. Pem again. Holding down that ramp. Pem is, that is her nest, and you need to stay away from it. Ramp is locked down.
That is 2 rounds in a row. We've seen just incredible through the smoke shot from Pem. Love to see it. That's the name.
Someone's feet are broken now, and Pem's going to be able to clean it up. She will get traded out. We'll see how Guap handles this swing around.
It's a 3v3, so Conestoga not in that horrible situation, and Morty knows now. He knows that's where Nitsu likes to sit, and countered it completely, but that crosshair placement.
Boom!
What a headshot from PSX with that op. The moment that pixel peeked out, immediately taking him out and coming back with that op.
Oh,
he wants
a
more.
second one.
He wants blood.
That last player doesn't know if they should move up. They're going to try, but it's going to be Guap lurking around there to get that flank kill. So PSX doesn't have to waste another bullet.
2 rounds now in a row for Conestoga. They're looking good as we look at these replays, especially here. That's a clutch kill, and it seems like Morty is figuring it out now.
Look at that. As you said, 2 eyes poked up around there, and those were the only pixels we got to see. Great reaction time from PSX. That's how you like to see that op used. Great pressure on ramp, keeping Kennesaw offsite.
Yeah, and it's coming together now on the CT side for Conestoga. They're initiating a lot of gunfights, and Pem especially holding a ramp as PSX starts the round off with that operator going crazy with it as they storm the site. Pem behind those sandbags gets 3. As PSX on the aggressive now, he wants to get in on the action. Pem getting taken down. Just PSX with that. It looks like the block, and Stretch picks it up from behind. 2 rounds in a row.
Kennesaw, you're going to need to try something new. It's an old trick. We've read this book before.
We saw it before it was coming. That A ramp is on lockdown. Pem says, no more. And picks up 3 kills right here. The headshot and then just the spray. Beautiful Counter-Strike being played here from Conestoga.
Yeah, that's the lock-in that the squad needed. We saw them again lose a series of rounds in map 1 and then lock in and pull it back. So getting as many as you can while you're playing CT here is going to be massive for that side switch.
Yeah, and this is the map pick from Kennesaw, so they did pick T-side because they are more comfortable on the T-side. But there's Stretch and Pem combining to get some kills on ramp. Stretch picking up 2.
Good night. Yeah, Kennesaw having a lot of difficulty making that ramp push. So I'm curious how they're going to handle things going forward as they make a push around onto site now. It's going to be Morty with 1, Morty with 2, not a third. He'll be taken out by 6-4.
PSX angry, not able to follow up with that op shot, but Morty with 2 brilliant headshots to start off that little counter attack, and there's Stretch on the lurk, where he typically is found shooting you from behind.
Yeah.
Little instant replay of the round here. Pem and Stretch combining to get these kills down A ramp.
It's a good thing Guap grabbed that op as well. Give that back to PSX. He's like, hey, got a little gift for you, buddy. You're doing good with this. Let's keep that rolling.
Let's keep this econ up, and now we see a tie game, and the favor completely in Conestoga's side.
As you said, all tied up. And the Condors are starting to gain momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Kennesaw pull out a timeout sometime soon.
Yeah, not surprised at all, but with pistols and a scout from the T side, it's definitely gonna be their backs against the wall. With Stretch on the attack there, grabbing 1 and really wants to get more.
Oh, look at him go. Again, that's the most aggressive we've seen the Condors now play ramp, and it's a good amount of information they're getting. Is the whole team pushing? Are they trying something new? And they found out now, okay, they're trying something new. Let's lock down the rest of the map.
Yeah, forcing them just to be patient, forcing them to play the Conestoga game. This is exactly what you wanted to see, and it looks like all their training is paying off, as this looks like this looks like a well-practiced Conestoga team right now.
Yeah, just had to get their mind back in it. Figure out how Kennesaw likes to play. The lights are turned on. And no push yet still. Kennesaw is starting to play a little more hesitant, it seems.
Yeah, and they're going to get fed into PSX's up here on mid. He knows they're there. Guwap actually getting a kill with the HE grenade, and there's the first one down. Not quite lining up. I thought we were going to see a collateral for a minute there as he gets aggressive with the 5-7, a little pistol battle.
Oh my God.
And he takes him down to end the round. A healthy amount of spray.
Yeah, I like that push from PSX, though. A sniper, good sniper, should always relocate, and that's exactly what he did. Moved himself on over, got that pistol win, and the lead for Condors.
That 5-7, when you bust it out, it's almost like a primary on its own with how much power it does. So having that as a secondary to the op, especially in the hands of a player like PSX, it's huge. So Condors with the lead now. No timeout called yet. It'll be interesting to see how Kennesaw State approaches this round. If they're going to do the patience play again using that whole 140. They love converging at ramp to start the round, though.
Through the smoke, stretch. Again, playing that style that we talked about before these maps even started. You love to see how just how out there he can get.
And as we didn't see, PSX starting the round off with a headshot on Mitsu. Systematic getting a really nice op shot in through the tags from Stretch. It's up to Guwap now to hold that A ramp, but a rotate from CTs might be for naught. As the B-side take comes out now, and PSX with that operator looks to hold the site. Already has 2 kills on the round.
Systematic
with that op.
Systematic is lighting it up right now, taking down Stretch. A headshot on PSX, and that op is down as well.
Systematic with another op shot, that one going through the smoke. Absolutely owning this round, getting that first kill and taking site pretty much single-handedly. It'll be interesting to see how Pam comes out.
Yeah, through the smoke. She is hiding. She got some information. She knows someone's there, but those could give away her position. 1, not the swing on the second. She did her best. That was 3 players she had to take down. That's not going to be an easy situation.
No, but when she did get the information, she saw the one, had a target, took them out. And you'll have to see that at least, as we see a crazy shot from Systematic there through the corner of those sandbags. And then I'm pretty sure they got another one there. Not quite able to see it, but they got another one there. That's going to be a problem going forward in a 5-5 game. 2 rounds left. They got to get the op out of Systematic's hand.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got one in the hands of PSX again. Or sorry, it was Morty this time. So I'm hoping that we come out on top here. But you're right. Systematic is lighting up with that thing. So it'll be interesting to find out if they're able to pull that one through. But again, as you said, when things get a lot closer like this, you get a little antsy, and I'm really hoping the Condors don't change up their play, because what they're doing right now is working.
Yeah, as we see 3 members left from the Conestoga Condors team. They still got Morty, they still got PSX with their weapons, but a tall order ahead of them with 5 members off that T side taking a site, and everyone going down just on Morty with that AUG, or with the AUG, sorry. Coming in, trying to retake B site, but just an all-out onslaught, nothing going the way they want it.
So it's Systematic wins the round. That's kind of the story right now for Kennesaw, to be honest.
Like. That's how they won those first 4 rounds in a row. Now in a 6-5 game, favor back in Kennesaw's side of the court.
Yeah. This is not a round you want to lose. Best case now, we can tie things up. We'll see how it gets handled here. Stretch with the op.
With the op there. Playing hot potato with it, it seems like. Putting it in a different spot every time and just mixing it up. No guessing. What
right. It's make sure that you don't have those habits. Make sure that Kennesaw doesn't have anything that they can read.
Exactly. as we see them playing the patience game a bit here. Still have a minute 30 on the clock to work with. And we see Co-op actually with the auto shoddy, the XM. I really want to see this bust out.
Who is it else that loves the shotties? Was it you? No, it was. I think Owen.
Owen.
No, it was Trevor. I can't remember.
Owen and I were both a big fan of the shotties in that last match. We saw the auto shotties and the scars coming out against Syracuse. I was a big fan of the auto snipers, but we see the A-ramp attack here, and our HUD coming back slowly. As we see Systematic still with that operator taking the entry position, and 6-4 picking up Hem, trying to get a little sneaky kill from behind.
Oh, Condor is being dropped left, right, and center. It's Systematic with that op again. He has just been a thorn in our sides this entire time.
PSX picks up a kill through the smoke there. A lot of spraying just on the site trying to get anything to happen. It is a 4v3 go up with the op now. The CTs. As PSX almost hits a really nice wallbang there to start this entry off. Gets flashed, but the Preed already picking up an 59 kill. PSX getting another one, and go up picking up a kill with that operator. Defusing the bomb, and there's Guap picking up 2 at the op. 6-6 is the round now as we have a tie game going into the second half.
Yeah, again, at least they got some rounds. It wasn't looking good. It was 4-0, I must remind you, at one point. To bring it back to a 6-6, massive for the Condors. They've got locked in, but now we see how they handle T-side, and more importantly, how Kennesaw handles CT.
Well, yeah, Kennesaw's going to have to start reacting to what Conestoga does, and that's always hard to do, and if Conestoga has it going.
Especially with a player like Stretch.
Especially with how good Stretch has been playing. He's on a mission. So it'll be interesting to see. They do have to go in full throttle here, or at least that's my stance on first rounds always, is full footsteps, full knives out, running up a ramp. Seems like we're going to get this round started immediately.
That's what I like to see. You know, I love it. I want the action. Pistol round. Just get in there.
First shots are going out. They've taken site control. Morty with the bomb, getting it down. Guap picking up 2 kills to start the round. Gets traded out by Nitsu, but PSX picks up Mikey and Nitsu, grabbing PSX after that. 3v2 now as Systematic and Nitsu, 2 very good members of this Kennesaw State team.
Good hold from Morty. He's got that angle. Didn't expect someone to get that close to him, though. He tries to light up his opponents. Stretch takes down Systematic. He can't get the second one. Pem gets dropped down. And finally, Condors lock it in. Those last 2 players were a bit of a nuisance.
That was a rush and a half, even harder than the Conestoga rush. I've never seen a player crouch jump into a fight like that at this high level of play. Incredible start there from Conestoga, executing perfectly, getting site control for free.
And now Morty, apparently I'm just getting word in. He yelled to help me.
A very loud help me.
And I think that's honestly was probably the best call. In a situation like that, a guy hops on the box in front of you and you can't get your shots.
Immediate gunfight. PSX picking up 3, picking up 4 with that Mac 10. And we see him on the chase for that ace. He wants it so bad.
Let him get it.
And he does. Ace for PSX, picking up that round win for Conestoga, 8-6, and they're on a roll.
You love to see a PSX dropping a 5-bomb in that round. Then Ace cleaned it up. Kennesaw has to say, uh-oh, the Condors are feeling it.
Mac 10 in mid, nothing to play with. The wide peak, picking up the headshots. Some incredible play there from PSX.
That was wonderful. I'm glad we got one. Again, it's not often you get to see an ace, honestly, across the board in most levels of play, especially the higher up you get.
That's my first one for the Conestoga side this season as PSX is on a mission. 6 straight kills for the man as he tries to entry onto B site. They do a few trades. It's now a 3v2 as there's Morty getting the bomb down. An efficient take from Conestoga.
Very efficient take. You saw how fast they got onto the site, but they only have 2 left. And they have to handle with 2 defenders from Kennesaw.
They're not fully armed, a Galil and an AK, but from that range, the Galil will do fine. As Systematic picks up the first kill from the staircase, stealing an M4 and picking up the final kill. Morty gets it, 9-6, Conestoga currently.
This is the momentum the Condors want. You're getting closer and closer to that second map win. Absolutely lovely, and I think the whole team is probably beaming off of that ace previously. PSX making sure that the team is ready and locked in. The adrenaline is pumping.
Well, Morty following it up perfectly, picking up where PSX left off. The entry went well, grabbed one, and then Morty, I think, ending that kill with 3, maybe even a 4K.
That was interesting. We could actually see from that angle all of the players' faces because Stretch's monitor isn't in the way.
Oh, it's
like
it's
it usually is.
Never seen that before. We don't get to use the brand new Stretch cam, sadly, as speaking of which, Stretch and Synthetic having a big fight on A ramp there to start the round. Guap kind of left in no man's land in a 2v1 situation.
PSX is hunted down, but he gets dropped down. It's Zexty. Takes him out, the Deeg.
Doesn't see them under him, but it looks like Conestoga is going to be committing to this B take, throw in the util, and Pam now with the bump down. Zexty on site, getting taken down by Morty and that M4.
Yeah, I like to see it. All the players of Condors stepping up now. We saw it on the attack side. It was just a couple, but Morty is getting locked in. Watch for that smoke. You're going to get that spray, and he gets taken out.
It's all on Guap to hold this now. Systematic, though, on a mission. Playing some incredible Counter-Strike on this Vertigo match entirely. Clutching up the round and defusing the bomb for Kennesaw State. 9-7 now.
9-7 now. And the Condors was still a lead. Can't get too carried away. There's small mistakes. We know Kennesaw picked this map. We know that they're comfortable on it. It's not a team you can just walk on over, so you still have to give them a little bit of respect.
Well, it's all about getting that first pick, and especially on Synesthetic there. We saw Stretch that with that initial gunfight and just not taking it. I think the round goes the complete opposite direction if Stretch picks that up.
Yeah, you're right. That early pick for Kennesaw was massive for them to be able to hold that round.
So now we see PSX getting mollied off, but holding that mid position that he's been frequenting this entire game. Stretch on a ramp. Sees one, but the fire is too blinding. Almost takes down Systematic and will get the kill. This is big for Conestoga.
It is massive. We're going to see a hard push there. Stretch up and through. Sneaks past the fire. And there's going to be a pick for him, but we walk away. He gets it, though. Zexty gets taken down with 3 players left. Condors side-swiping, or getting side-swiped. Stretch is off the board again.
But Stretch being the distraction play for the B-site take, PSX does not see that man enter site, but Pam doesn't. Hits the headshot.
PSX calling out. He wants some action. He says, come and get me. With a bomb down, the Condors need to hold. There's only 1 player left, 6-4, and he is hurting.
That's a smart smoke, trying to get an angle there, and then Pam, after throwing the smoke, just shoots the enemy through it. Clutching up the round, and this is the Conestoga that we like to see get into a little fight at the end there, and there's the timeout from Kennesaw.
Yeah, of course. I'm genuinely surprised it didn't come out a little bit sooner. We saw a strong push. I do believe you get 1 per side.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 per game or 1 per side. One of the two.
Okay. I'm surprised.
I've seen Conestoga take 3 timeouts in a game before.
I guess Kennesaw just didn't think that they needed it. They thought, hey, a 6-6 is okay for us, but I was surprised to not see it while they were on T side.
Yeah, and especially now it's coming back to bite them. Just now using their first one, down 3 rounds.
Well, I mean, this is the time to use it because once you get to that double digits, teams tend to start locking. You see the finish line, and it gets scary. It's daunting. And even being the opponents, when your opponents are like, you're saying, okay, they're double digits, that's scary to you. You're overthinking that sometimes. So to settle down, lock it in, it's a good timeout for Kennesaw.
We'll see how it plays out for them as the round starts, and Conestoga is still aggressive on that T side. Nothing much changed from their strategy. PSX working his way up through mid, getting some damage out on Mikey, but both Systematic and Mikey picking up kills. Guap, though, with an important trade on Systematic. It's a 3v2, 3v3 actually right now. Morty with that op. Conestoga
pop him.
Trying to get to B-site, and on cue, pops him.
Morty looking good. We've seen PSX lighting up with it. It's Morty's turn.
Morty's been owning that B-site. He and Pam on this entry have just been an unstoppable duo. Either he or Pam gets the bomb down, and then once it's down, that's it. Just Zexty left with that MP9 against 2 AKs and an up. Definitely not the position they want to be in. And it looks like they're going to save Liv to fight another day.
Yeah, no, Zexty needs to do that. Save a little bit because you are in a dire situation now. The rest of your team taken out. They got to spend. And with your opponents now only 2 rounds away after this one from a victory, yeah, you need to play these rounds smart. Play for the future.
Yeah, a little PSX appreciation. A little 19 and 10 right now, playing incredible and hitting some massive shots. We saw him with the AWP earlier on, but everyone's kind of been getting in on it with the AWP. Morty with the AWP, blew up with the AWP. It's been an incredible play here, and Conestoga is playing with confidence.
Yeah, a couple sprays, trying to look for those normal hiding spots. See if they can get that kill on the way out, but they're coming to this next one feeling confident.
Yeah, we see the smiles on the face of Pam there on camera. They know what they have to do, and as you said, can see the finish line.
2 more rounds for Conestoga, and they can walk away with a 2-0 sweep over Kennesaw, a team that they were hoping to get a win on. Losing this would have been devastating for them. They're 0-3 in the league right now, so getting a win on the board is massive.
Yeah, both teams looking for their first win. This could be the morale boost that Conestoga needed to carry this on to next Friday. SPSX on mid, getting that first kill on Nitsu. A nice headshot through the smoke. Sets up the round for Conestoga, 5v4. They will have the advantage in most gunfights and site takes. As Sexty and PSX are now getting into an altercation around the smoke, trying not to get burnt here.
Yeah, it is too close for comfort.
As Sexty creeps through and looks to take position on that B site, picking up PSX, seeing the top of his head. But there's
an interesting hold here.
Synthetic
Stretch,
doesn't
he's
see
right
him,
there.
but neither does Synthetic.
That was so funny. There was so much time he was on screen, and the patience, though, to realize he doesn't know I'm here. I can land this headshot.
Doesn't panic. And that's what you like from your IGL.
Yep.
As we see another B site take here, Conestoga being very consistent with the site usage.
Oh, good pick there for Mikey. Yeah, that's a good hold. But they're going to be able to get the bomb planted.
Yeah, it seems like that was more of a red herring, sending Gu up alone there. Got some damage on Mikey, at least for the road. And Stretch holding that mid position, picking up 6-4 before getting taken out by Zexty. Morty with that operator in a good spot. Pem taking down Zexty, only one left. And it's Pem, who, I know we did love PSX appreciation, but as well, can we get some Pem appreciation?
Did I not say before this that lately Pem has been my player to watch?
Oh, absolutely. And it's paying off.
Yes,
it's been pretty incredible so far as we see this kill here.
Well,
Just
I love
the
it.
Patience play.
I love it too. It was before earlier. First map, I think PSX needed just a little bit of warm up, but now PSX seems that he is fully locked in. He's in a good position right now, and I think his brain's got the neurons firing.
It just adds the neurons firing because you do a little love tap to Stretch on the foot. That's why Stretch is starting the round with 93 health. As we see him exploding out to mid, but Mikey is learning. Mikey knows what's happening.
I wouldn't be surprised if Stretch asked for that. He seems like the player that says, "Yo, handicap me."
He's been going off, so I would not be shocked one bit. In 12-7 too, how iconic would it be to put them away with a little extra bullet in the stride?
Yeah, aggressive positioning from Morty. That smoke disappeared. He could have been taken out. He's going to get the flick and drops Nitsu off the map.
And Morty with another off shot here as they converge onto that B site. Pam with the bomb. Getting the util down.
Ooh, we gotta watch out. That last Kennesaw player is starting to make a push.
Systematic coming into the site with the op, going aggressive with it, jumping through the smoke. Does not get punished. It gets a no-scope on the site. Still alive, Morty. Oh, Kuwa picks up the headshot. Much needed shot. It's just Sexty left, and they pick it up, winning the round.
That was absolutely huge. I was a little bit scared for them because you saw that hold. Morty thought someone might be coming through smoke. He was very worried, and his position was then giving him away on the left side that he couldn't be taken down. So good hold. I believe it was Guap at the end there that was giving him the support. He absolutely needed that because Morty, that would be another situation I'm yelling, "Help me."
Oh, yeah, and I'm pretty sure that we were going to be able to hear it from our green screen room here. Yeah. But that's what you call ice in the veins. Conestoga coming out, winning 3 to start the second half. Dropping 1, didn't matter. Picking up 4 straight to win the map.
Right. What do you mean green screen? This is a massive hand-built studio.
Oh, apologies. Yes. You can't tell by my orange.
Very insulting to Cosman. He hand-built this.
I'm pounding. I
think he said like 11,000 nails or something.
Oh, yeah, that exact amount.
Right.
But a very, very, very good matchup for Conestoga here. Everyone was just executing on their game plan, it felt like.
But by the end of it, yeah. And I think, again, there were some hiccups along the way. They didn't know what Kennesaw was going to bring to the table. We didn't know coming into the second map, was this going to be a situation where they know what they're doing? They get a 4-0 lead. It's like, okay, they know what they're doing. But the second that we swapped sides, it was all in the Condors' hands.
Yeah, they were setting the pace. They were setting the pace in both maps, I felt like, honestly.
Overall, you're right, yeah.
Even on CT's side, they were able to force them to play at their speed instead of catching up to what.
Yeah. So for the Condors, this is a massive win for them because they, in this league in NACE, were having a little bit of trouble. So the fact they can get 1 on the board, they're now 1-3. They're not in that last place position. They forced Kennesaw to take the title of that. This is big. And coming off another win earlier in the week too, I think the team really wanted this just for the morale.
Yeah, it gets the monkey off the back. And it proves that, yes, we are meant to be here.
Right.
And this is where we belong.
I think the important thing too is also being able to get that practice in for maps like Overpass where they know they're getting better at it. They've seen a progress, and to be able to continue to prove that and get better and better every single time. You saw the adjustments on the map. Once there was that, as I said, speed bump from Kennesaw, they locked in and they were able to make those switches that they need to.
Well, yeah, we saw it exactly with it being their pick, and it was exactly what they wanted to play, and it just seems like they played a more confident game than especially last week.
I'm also glad it was their pick because that to me shows that they're not afraid of that change, a map that they weren't as familiar with that they started doing work on. They're going to push towards success. They are pushing towards growing as a squad and as players, and that's so important because those are the kind of teams that you eventually see succeed in the long run.
It's just the confidence. That's what it all circles back to, confidence, and that comes from experience, and that comes from practice.
Right. Well, let's take a look at the schedule because we're done for today. We're all done with CS. We got a nice 2-0 here, Mr. Cove. And again, later on next week, we're done because we're done for the week. Did you know
nice.
the Friday and Saturday end the week?
And then it's a little reading week.
It is reading week. So. But we still got games going on.
Yeah, we still got games. February 26th at 7 p.m. we got Rocket League against the University of North Carolina, and then the biggest game of the week, most likely February 26th, 8 p.m. versus TMU Blue in Valorant. Make sure you're checking that one out, as well as the next day, February 27th, 8 p.m. Valorant faces off against AU Valorant Gold.
You can do some League of Legends casting?
And then not me.
Yeah, you should do it.
I know about 0 Legends.
You should do it.
Oh, pentakill! And then we see.
Is that how you're going to yell every time? You're just going to, even when there isn't one.
That is my league / Dota. And then we see them ending off with one more match there.
All I know is that, I know ADC, top, and ganking. That's another term I know, in jungle.
I'm a big jungle fan.
So I think we'd be a really good League of Legends casting team.
We're ready. I main the minions, actually. I figured out how to play as those.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so we're ready to go. We're good.
I'll do the play-by-play by just yelling ADC and top, and then every once in a while you can come in with a pentakill.
I'm not going to do it again. I'll save it. I'll save your ears.
It's absolutely wonderful. But again, I think we're at the end of their day today. We have no more games for you guys to play. So how about you guys just make sure you click follow. Go to our socials so you don't miss out on the next broadcast. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you next time.